training and your menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
That's very big. That's a very big
It is
deal.
very big, and we work with a lot of female athletes and a lot of general population females, and different times of the month for us ladies. We feel differently at different times of the month, so our menstrual cycle can definitely affect how we feel from day 1 to day 28, or whatever that is, from day 1 to first of the month to the end of the month. There's been a lot of research. There's still kind of things up in the air about what it can do and what it can't do. I think sleep, hydration, and nutrition strategies can still be very individual for all of our females. I think that they have been finding that hormonal fluctuations can definitely impact performance and just daily activities. You're going to find, even for me, remember when we were competing too. I mean, I know we've kind of put a halt on our competing right now just because of the business, but for myself, I definitely had some personal bests during that time, and we weren't specifically planning. I mean, sometimes when we choose a meet, and sometimes when you choose your sport and you choose the schedule is already written out for you. You can't say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't play because I have my period." You have to do what you have to do. So,
I definitely can't use that excuse.
No, you definitely can't use that excuse.
Well, it's 2020.
Sure.
I may be able to identify for it that day.
I mean, again, look, I know we only have so much time, but there's 3 phases of the menstrual cycle. There's your follicular phase, your ovulation phase, and your luteal phase. The first day to, I'd say, up to day 12 or 13 is usually you feel your best, ladies. Your testosterone is starting to climb. That's when you're feeling good, you're looking good, you're feeling good in your clothes. Your lifts are really good. You're feeling most energetic.
And you said testosterone.
Testosterone, yeah.
Which
so
a lot of females are not aware that they have.
Testosterone
even the
is what
littlest bit.
actually gives you your drive and your motivation.
Yes.
So we want to really put that. We want to push that to the forefront, especially during the first 12 or 13 days of our cycle, because your testosterone starts to climb again. You're feeling your best in the gym, so we want to really push our workouts. That's when we really want to push our workouts. Just about day 14, when we start to quote-unquote ovulate, your body starts to kind of make what's appropriate for the next phase. I'm not going to get too far into it, but that's when we can kind of experience a little bit of like bloating and fatigue, and hormones start to change there. Your progesterone levels and your estrogen, those can cause a little bit of irritability, and your clothes are going to start to fit differently. You'll notice that your heart rate could increase. That's why it's important that you speak to your coach, whomever you're working with, especially if you're working in an outdoor environment. You have female athletes, obviously, who compete outdoors, that the heat and the humidity can definitely take a toll on you, because your heart rate is naturally going to increase. Your core body temperature will naturally rise during this time. We have to make sure that we're hydrated really well, that we take in what we call electrolytes, so those very specific minerals, sodium, magnesium, chloride, potassium. Those things are really important to keep us hydrated, to keep our blood sugar level, and to keep the water, the fluid in the cells, in the muscle tissue, so that we can perform well also. So these things are really important, and I think it's important too to. I've always done this. I've done this since we started training together. How many years ago? God, 12. I don't know. When we first started dating, I mean, I've been keeping a log of my training, I think even before that. But anyway, so the individual tracking. The tracking is really important, just to understand each individual female. I think we should track our cycle. We should track our training. There are definitely apps out there for that as well. It's a very powerful tool, so you can understand your body a little bit more. There are some women who will totally blow the research out of the water and actually perform really well. And I've had this experience myself with competing with my husband in powerlifting.
Nice
I've
flex.
definitely what?
It's a nice flex.
I've definitely experienced this at personal bests. When I wasn't exactly expecting it, I was just prepared to do the best that I could, prepared at, what I wanted to shoot for, and it's very strategic when you're competing too, in regards to, when you're trying to win a certain weight class and whatever. So these team sports, just planning things out ahead of time, speaking to your coach. Certain times during your cycle too, you're going to feel much better than others. So like during the first 2 weeks of your cycle, so from day 1, from when you start, to about day 12 or 13, again, when your period is ending and we are moving in through the cycle. So those first couple of weeks, again, you're feeling your best, your testosterone starts to climb, you're feeling awesome in the gym, or you're feeling great at practice, you're sprinting really fast, you're feeling your best. I won't even get too crazy into it, but these things you actually use that to your advantage, where if we know there's a heavy workout for the day, or if you know that you're going to have a heavy second practice or heavy strength training session in the morning or whatever, use that to your advantage. Speak to your coach. Even for us in here, any of our athletes that come in, we've always prompted them to let us know when they have their period. Even for our adult clients,